Everyone tried to treat my son like garbage. I don't know what they get out of treating kids like garbage.
Painful everywhere because you can get hurt, you can get destroyed, and you can get killed out here.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Welcome, Homeless Life Stories.
This is Homeless Life Stories, where we dive deep into the hidden realities of life on the margins in America. Imagine walking through a city known for its vibrant beaches and bustling downtown, only to stumble upon a makeshift camp under an overpass. A stark reminder that prosperity doesn't touch everyone equally. In Jacksonville, Florida, a place celebrated for its sunny shores and growing economy, thousands are navigating a silent struggle that challenges the very notion of the American dream. As we explore this crisis, we'll uncover the stories behind the statistics, the systemic failures, and the glimmers of hope emerging in 2025. If you're moved by these real-life tales, hit that like button, drop a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe to Homeless Life Stories for more eye-opening content that shines a light on what's often overlooked. In the heart of Northeast Florida, Jacksonville stands as a microcosm of a national issue that's far from resolved. Recent data from the 2025 point-in-time count reveals 1,009 individuals experiencing homelessness across Duval, Clay, and Nassau counties on a single night. A slight dip from previous years, but still a poignant indicator of ongoing challenges. This figure includes diverse groups, from families to young adults, all seeking stability in a city where the cost of living continues to climb. But what drives someone to this point, and how does a community respond? Transitioning from these broad numbers, let's zoom in on the daily realities faced by those on the streets. Have you ever wondered why a city like Jacksonville, with its expansive 874 square miles of land, still sees people turning to parks and bridges for shelter? Unveiling the systemic roots of homelessness in Jacksonville. Beyond the headlines, homelessness in Jacksonville isn't just a personal setback. It's a web of interconnected factors that pull people into vulnerability. Economic pressures top the list, with rent prices surging by an average of 8% in the past year alone, pushing the median one-bedroom apartment to $1,250.00 monthly in Duval County. Coupled with stagnant wages in service industries, which employ over 60% of the local workforce, many find themselves one unexpected expense away from eviction. Mental health support lags behind, as Florida allocates only $39.00 per capita for services, far below the national average, leaving clinics in Jacksonville overwhelmed with wait times averaging 6 weeks. If those stories make you feel something, hit subscribe so you never miss the real happenings across America. Take Sarah, a 42-year-old former retail manager who lost her home after a series of job cuts in the tourism sector, hit hard by seasonal slowdowns. She spent months couch surfing before ending up in a tent near the Johns River, relying on food pantries for meals while dreaming of rebuilding her life. Her resilience shines through as she attends job fairs at local missions, but the lack of immediate housing options keeps her in limbo. If those stories make you feel something, hit subscribe so you never miss the real happenings across America. As we delve deeper into these causes, it's clear that understanding them is key to fostering empathy. What role do you think economic shifts play in your own community? From my perspective, every story like Sarah's reminds us that compassion starts with recognizing shared humanity. It's not about handouts, but about building bridges to opportunity that uplift us all. Transitioning now to the on-the-ground picture, we see how these roots manifest in everyday scenes across Jacksonville. How might addressing mental health gaps change the trajectory for someone like her? The current landscape of homelessness on Jacksonville streets. Walking through downtown Jacksonville in 2025, the evidence is subtle yet undeniable. Clusters of belongings near the Acosta Bridge or quiet figures in Hemming Park highlight a crisis that's evolved but persists. The by name list maintained by Changing Homelessness tracks over 2,475 individuals actively seeking stable housing, a number that underscores the hidden layers beyond official counts. Unsheltered folks, now at 290 according to the latest survey, have decreased by 49% from 566 in 2024, thanks in part to expanded outreach efforts covering 150 square miles of urban and suburban areas. Yet this progress masks deeper stories of perseverance. If those stories make you feel something, hit subscribe so you never miss the real happenings across America. Consider Mike, a 55-year-old veteran who served 2 tours overseas and now navigates life from a sleeping bag in a wooded area off Interstate 95. After transitioning from military life, he faced barriers accessing benefits, but community programs have connected him to counseling sessions that offer a path forward. His quiet determination to regain independence inspires those around him. If those stories make you feel something, hit subscribe so you never miss the real happenings across America. These snapshots from homeless life stories reveal a city in flux, where hope intersects with hardship. In my view, moments like Mike's teach us that true strength lies in vulnerability. Sharing our struggles can spark collective healing and support. Shifting focus to the underlying drivers, we must examine how economic and social elements intertwine to exacerbate this issue. What surprises you most about the decrease in unsheltered numbers despite rising costs? Economic and health factors fueling the crisis. In Jacksonville, the economic divide is stark, with unemployment hovering at 3.2% in early 2025, yet disproportionately affecting low-income sectors like hospitality, where over 25,000 jobs rely on seasonal tourism. This instability, combined with a shortage of 15,000 affordable housing units in Duval County, creates a precarious edge for many residents. Health challenges compound this as access to substance recovery programs remains limited, with only 120 detox beds available citywide, leading to extended wait lists that average 45 days. Amid these statistics, personal narratives bring the data to life. If those stories make you feel something, hit subscribe so you never miss the real happenings across America. There's Lisa, a single mother of 2 who worked as a nurse's aide until health setbacks forced her into temporary instability, living in her car near the beaches of Neptune. Through sheer grit, she's connected with family support networks and is now pursuing vocational training, embodying the quiet triumphs that Homeless Life Stories aims to amplify. If those stories make you feel something, hit subscribe so you never miss the real happenings across America. As Homeless Life Stories continues to spotlight these realities, it's evident that intertwined factors demand holistic approaches. From where I stand, Lisa's journey highlights the power of resilience. When we invest in health and economic stability, we empower individuals to rewrite their futures. Moving towards solutions, Jacksonville's community responses offer promising paths forward. How do you think expanding housing units could transform lives in your area? Community and government responses in action. Jacksonville's fight against homelessness gains momentum through collaborative efforts, with the city's $10 million 0 cents allocation in the 2024-2025 budget funding 96 new shelter beds and outreach teams covering 200 miles of patrol routes. Organizations like Salt's Walker Center provide over 500 meals daily, while the JFRD PATH team has connected 438 individuals to services since November 2024, emphasizing compassionate engagement over enforcement. These initiatives reflect a shift toward prevention, with programs like Homeward Bound assisting 257 people in reuniting with out-of-state support networks. Homeless Life Stories celebrates these steps as they weave a safety net for those in need. In reflecting personally, the dedication of these teams shows that small, consistent actions can create ripples of change, fostering a community where everyone has a chance to thrive. Transitioning to innovative ideas, we explore cutting-edge strategies that could redefine support. What innovative approach do you believe could make the biggest difference here? Innovative solutions for a sustainable future. Looking ahead, Jacksonville could pioneer tech-driven solutions such as AI-powered apps that predict housing risks based on local data, potentially preventing 20% of evictions annually in Duval County. Tiny home villages, inspired by successful models elsewhere, could add 150 modular units on underutilized land spanning 50 acres, offering affordable, eco-friendly options with solar power integration. Additionally, virtual reality training programs for job skills in construction and hospitality could equip 300 individuals yearly, bridging gaps in employment access. Homeless Life Stories envisions these as game changers, blending technology with human-centered care. From my personal lens, embracing innovation like this reminds us that progress stems from creativity. When we think boldly, we unlock doors to lasting stability for all. As we consider the broader impacts, these efforts ripple into economic and social realms. How might technology reshape homelessness prevention in cities like Jacksonville? The broader economic and social impacts. The economic toll of homelessness in Jacksonville is significant, with unsheltered individuals costing the city an estimated $35,000 per person annually in emergency services across 10 major hospitals. Yet, the 49% drop in unsheltered counts has already saved $2,500,000 in public resources, redirecting funds toward development projects like the 20-mile Emerald Trail expansion. Socially, this crisis affects community cohesion, but initiatives like Dignity Day events have engaged over 500 volunteers in 2025, fostering connections and reducing isolation. Homeless Life Stories highlights how these dynamics influence daily life, urging a collective embrace. In my eyes, understanding these impacts teaches that investing in people yields dividends for society. Survival communities emerge when we prioritize shared well-being. Transitioning to community involvement, we see how everyday actions amplify change. What economic benefits do you see in addressing homelessness proactively? Empowering community and volunteer efforts. Volunteers are the backbone in Jacksonville, with over 60 participants in the 2025 point-in-time count contributing to accurate data across 3 counties. Events like weekly food distributions at Clara White Mission serve 400 individuals, building trust and providing essentials in neighborhoods spanning 15 zip codes. Programs such as Family Promise boast an 82% success rate in transitioning families to stable homes, relying on community donations and hands-on help. Homeless Life Stories applauds these grassroots movements as they humanize the issue and inspire action. Personally, the spirit of volunteerism reinforces that we're all connected. Lending a hand not only helps others, but enriches our own lives with purpose. Now, examining remaining hurdles draws lessons from nearby areas. How has volunteering changed your perspective on local issues? persistent challenges and lessons from Florida neighbors. Despite gains, challenges linger, with enforcement of HB 1365 resulting in 198 outreach contacts since late 2024, pushing some into hidden spots like abandoned structures in 20 urban pockets. Chronic cases, comprising 15% of the by-name list, require specialized support amid a shortage of 200 transitional beds. Learning from Miami's 20% reduction through Housing First models or Tampa's outreach expansions covering 100 miles, Jacksonville can adapt strategies for its unique 841 square mile expanse. These insights from homeless life stories guide forward-thinking policies. From my viewpoint, facing challenges head-on builds resilience. Every lesson learned paves the way for more equitable tomorrows. As we wrap up with future outlooks, these elements shape a hopeful narrative. What lesson from other cities resonates most with you? Looking ahead, hope and calls to action. In envisioning Jacksonville's future, sustained efforts could aim for zero functional homelessness by 2030, building on 2025's reductions through partnerships adding 210 affordable units scattered across key neighborhoods like Springfield and Arlington, complete with integrated job training and health services to promote lasting independence. These advancements draw from the dramatic 49% drop in unsheltered individuals documented in the 2025 point-in-time count, plummeting from 566 in 2024 to 290, as city initiatives like housing assistance and the JFRD PATH Teams Outreach have proven their worth in targeting chronic cases that comprise about 15% of the 2,475 tracked on the by-name list. Community will collaboration from businesses sponsoring transitional programs to residents volunteering in record numbers. Over 500 at Dignity Day events will be key in this 874 square mile city, fostering ripples of change that reunite families, empower veterans, and guide young adults towards stability. Ultimately, Homeless Life Stories calls us to reflect. By supporting one another with empathy and action, we create a brighter, more inclusive America, where resilience turns challenges into opportunities for all. In closing, remember that change begins with awareness. Let's commit to compassion and proactive steps for those in the shadows, ensuring Jacksonville's story becomes one of collective triumph. What step will you take today to make a difference?
And didn't realize that, oh man, I got more than a night. I got a fuse, and now I can't walk.